Welcome to Buddhism 101 class. Today's date is April 21st, 2020. We're going to be doing our regular service, our regular live stream service, which is to do our meditation first, a Dharma talk, and then a meditation. The theme for today's talk is be the peace you wish to see in the world. It's a quote from a hero of mine, Martin Luther King Jr. And it's a quote that I think is echoed in many different religions, many different philosophies. The idea that somehow you have, one, control over peace in the world, and two, that there is a willful, volitional effort to be peaceful in order to bring peace into the world. And so we'll talk a little bit about that today in our Dharma talk. Hello to everyone who's joined in so far. It's great to see you. It's always, it's a bittersweet feeling when I see your names, because I really miss seeing all of you in the at the temple, and so I'm looking forward to the day when we can all gather again and meet again at the temple and spend some time together. I had to talk to the monk and Quan Tri, the monks, both of them, to see if maybe we can do some sort of special event when we open up again. So today's meeting, today's service, we will be doing the 10 minutes of meditation, followed by the Dharma talk, and then 10 minutes of meditation. But each time we do the meditation, we'll be doing something different. In the first meditation, the goal here is to be mindful and to be centered. We primarily do this by focusing on the breath. And so there are three ways that we teach at the temple to help you focus on and be concentrated and be mindful of your breath. The first is to simply pay attention to the sensation of breathing, how it feels to breathe. One thing I mentioned recently, that it's pretty interesting how breath for everyone is first noticed in different places. So some people feel it first in the nose. Some people feel it on the lips. Some people feel it like I feel it in the back of my throat. There's something about the breath that usually catches your attention first, and it's not the same for everyone. So start with that sensation first, and then work your way to focus on the other sensations of breathing, to include things like the movement of your lungs, the movement of shoulders, the feeling in your nasal passages, in the back of your throat, in both the inhalation and the exhalation. You just want to focus on what it feels like to breathe. Next, another thing you can try is to count your breaths. So you count your breaths from 1 to 10, and then when you reach the 10th, you start over again at number 1. And if you lose your count along the way, all you do is simply start over again at number 1. The third way is to use a mantra or a gatha. It can be a phrase or a word that has some meaning for you. Or, if you pay attention to some tradition, a nonsensical, meaningless phrase or word, and repeat that over and over again. The idea is, though, that you are repeating the phrase or word over and over again. Inevitably, no matter how great a meditator you are, you will experience some distractions or have moments where you have difficulties focusing. And that's the practice of meditation right there. When you're able to bring your focus back onto the breath, when you're able to catch yourself being distracted, that's where you are exercising the muscles that help you focus and concentrate. So don't judge yourself. Don't be mad at yourself. Simply refocus on your breath, gently and lovingly and compassionately. When thoughts arise, label them. Oh, there's a thought, and do nothing with it. Let it simply wash away, go away, evaporate and disappear. When emotion arises, say, oh, there's an emotion, and then let it go away. When there is a sensation, a sound from that might be distracting, an itch. In fact, that's a really good start if you want to learn to stop being distracted by the senses of the body, the feeling. Start with itches. Can you simply be with the itch and not do anything about it? Just let it be until it goes away. It's quite a difficult practice because our reflex is to scratch it. And so it's a good practice. So that first meditation, we're going to focus on centering ourselves, being more present oriented. Then I'll give the Dharma talk about being at peace. And then on the final meditation afterwards, we want to do a sort of insight meditation. And what you want to do is take what caught your attention the most from the Dharma talk and be curious about it. Take 10 minutes to explore it, to simply be with the idea or the thought that caught your attention. Maybe engage in Quan Tri's exercise of the whys. Just keep asking why and why and why. I like just any open-ended question and just explore and be curious about the thought. Why did it grab your attention in the first place? Good. Before we start the meditation, I want to say something else about the breath. Something that has been very much a part of my practice lately. Lately, as I meditate, as I breathe, I experience this gratitude. As I take a deep breath, I am thankful that I can take a deep breath, because maybe one day soon that breath will be hard to take. As I take a breath, I am grateful that I can still breathe, that I still have my health. And in the back of my mind, I remember that there are people who right now cannot breathe on their own and must use a ventilator. Or there are people right now taking their last breath. Every breath I take during my meditations lately have led me to more and more gratitude. It makes me complain much, much less about my situation. And I'm hoping that if I do get sick, that because I practice meditation and because I am mindful of my breath and because I'm mindful that I one day may get a chest illness, I won't be as scared. I will have already accepted it's going to happen, whether it be the current outbreak or, allergies or something in the future. I won't be so scared, I hope. I will accept it better, hopefully. And as a result, I hope that I would recover quicker. So I've talked to a few of my friends who are experienced meditators who have had coronavirus, who live in New York. And both of them mentioned that, yes, their practice was a huge help to them. It brought them comfort. It helped them ease their mind. It was a useful practice for them, a useful tool. And that they found themselves using a mantra and using that over and over again to help them get through the illness. So I encourage you, as you focus on your breath during this meditation, Be grateful. Enjoy the breath. I find myself enjoying breathing a lot more. Be grateful. Be appreciative. Be mindful. And I ask you to please practice more than just this one time a week. Practice every day if you can, twice a day if you can, and prepare yourselves. Even if you never get an illness of the chest, I have found that meditation has helped me through many illnesses. And as a human being, eventually we will get sick. So practice. Find a comfortable position now. Center yourself. Take a moment to quiet your mind down, to quiet your body down, to quiet your mind, to quiet your heart. Prepare yourself for the meditation that we will begin shortly. So as I mentioned earlier, the theme for today is going to be the peace you wish to see in the world. A quote from Martin Luther King Jr. When we think about people who bring us peace in our life, or we think about that person who, when they walk into the room, you feel safer or feel more at peace, you'll find that there are some characteristics of that person, characteristics that you can adopt. For most of us, the first person who did that for us was a loving caregiver, a parent, a grandparent, an uncle, someone in our life was a person who brought us a sense of safety, security, and peace. And as we get older, we find other people like that in our lives. We hear about people in the public eye that may do that for us. Dalai Lama, the Pope. And there's some things we can learn from watching them. And the very first thing I notice is that none of them are perfect, nor are any of them perfectly at peace. That's encouraging. It means that I don't have to be enlightened to start being peaceful. That I don't have to be perfect to start being peace for others and for myself. That I don't have to have it all together. That I could be a ball of anxiety most of the time, but for a brief moment or for that one person, I can be peace. You can be peace. I would even say that it's our obligation to be peace. You are seeking Buddhism for a reason. There is something about this philosophy that attracts you. And as you've probably figured out if you've listened to enough of my Dharma talks, Buddhism isn't just about you, but it's also about others. So be at peace for yourself and be at peace for others. So how do we do that? The number one thing is to slow down. Think about those peaceful moments. Think about those peaceful people. And you notice that there is a slowness to them. A slowness in how they talk, how they move, or a tranquility and stillness in nature or in a sunset. So the first quality of peace is this slowing down, this being still. One thing you can try is to bring up an image of something or someone peaceful. And do a very Zen thing and be that thing or be that person. Imagine yourself being a still pond reflecting a beautiful mountain. Imagine yourself being Gandhi, Mother Teresa, Buddha, or Jesus. Take a moment to simply slow down and be at peace, like that person. So slow down, be at peace. Another way to slow down is to do the meditation we just did. think about how you feel after a meditation session, whether it be with us or a meditation session on your own. You generally feel like there's a peace that you carry with you for a while. And that gives us the next clue about peace. It's something that we cultivate. It's something that we develop. No one is born with a full cup of peace. In fact, having witnessed the birth of my children, birth is anything but peaceful. So we're not born at peace. We cultivate peace. We develop peace. So taking time to meditate or slow down helps to cultivate that peace. Finding time to just relax, sip that coffee in silence in the morning, or tea if you want to get rid of the caffeine. Taking a warm shower slowly and at peace. So my guess is that you already are doing something that brings you some peace. So do more of those activities that bring you peace. And drink more deeply of those moments. I used to watch my grandfather as a kid. Every day after work, around 7 in the evening, after he had gotten, sort of chores at the house done and helped my grandmother clean the dishes, he would go into the terrace with a small cup of rum and coke, put on some old baladas, which are old love songs from in Spanish, and he would spend half an hour just listening to love songs while he sipped on his rum and coke outside by himself. That was his moments of cultivating peace. Some people find peace just spending some time watering the plants. What I mean by when I say drink deeply of that peace is don't drink your cup of coffee or tea and listen to the news at the same time. Drink your cup of tea and coffee and really savor it, and really savor that moment of peace. By drinking more deeply your moments of peace, it will just reach deeper. It will last longer. You will cultivate more peace. So find ways to cultivate that peace, deepen what peace you already are taking, be mindful of those moments and really allow them to seep in and to reach deeply. And what you'll see is that that peace will last you a little longer, and you can carry it with you longer. And there's a reason that many monks and religious people in multiple religions will pray multiple times during the day. Because the day has a knack of taking some peace away from us. And so we cultivate peace throughout the day so that we can have more of it. Have rituals. So if you watch the news and the news is something that brings you anxiety, then after the news, go someplace where you can be in silence. Breathe, take 3 deep breaths. Wish yourself and the world peace, and then go on with your day. So the act that you choose does not have to be 30 minutes or 60 minutes of meditation. It can be just 3 deep breaths. So find ways of cultivating peace throughout your day. I also find that making a willful, volitional effort to be at peace for someone can sometimes help our practice. A real easy one may be our pets. So our pets often can sense our anxieties or worries. They're really good about that. And so when your pet sees or feels your anxiety, not only take the peace that your pet offers, but make a choice to be peace for your pet. Or if it's a spouse, a sibling, a friend who brings you peace, then when they do that for you, make the effort to also be peace for them. And you don't have to say any magical words. It's amazing that just being at peace yourself will bring peace to others. Be at peace. The world needs it. Many of us may feel helpless or may feel like there's nothing we can do about what's going on. But these little things matter. And so taking the time to cultivate peace and bringing peace to someone else is your way of contributing, is your way of helping and making things better. Be the peace you wish to see in the world. So let's take 10 minutes now to meditate, to be curious about that phrase or word or idea that really caught your attention, and spend some time with it. Be curious about it, explore it, be still with it. art we have obtained or cultivated through our practice today help bring us and others peace, happiness, health, and safety. And I wish you all a peaceful evening and a peaceful week. And I look forward to seeing you all again. Thank you and goodbye.